What is up, everybody? Welcome back to a brand new video. Let me see if this mic's on. Yeah. Okay, so this one's gonna be kind of a hard one. A very hard one because you've seen the title, you've seen the thumbnail. Counter-Strike Global Offensive versus Valorant. Now, I've played both those games. The first time I played Global Offensive was back in 2016. And I was playing it for 3 years. I was pretty good. Now I'm actually pretty bad. I haven't been on it for a long time because I'm used to the aiming and all that with like first person and all that shit. But with it being Counter-Strike, it's first person, same thing as Valorant, both similar games. Now, a lot of people have kind of now, this happens in every game. Okay, it happens in every game. Everyone will talk shit in another game what came out. So Global Offensive's been out for a long time, very long time. I don't know when was the first Valorant, but not the Valorant. I meant the Counter-Strike. The Counter-Strike has been out for a very long time. I love Counter-Strike. Different type of guns. I would play Counter-Strike than any other game. But now it's 2020, and people are changing their minds over video games. Counter-Strike is #1 shooter in Steam, and it will still be the best #1 shooter game in the world because that was the first ever first-person shooter game that came out on Steam. What was Counter-Strike? What stands for CSGO. Now, people would look at Valorant, and Valorant came out, I think, this year. So Valorant came out this year. I'm not sure if it was this year or last year. I'm not sure, but either year. Valorant is kind of different than Counter-Strike in a different term of way. Now, Counter-Strike has 3D graphics. Valorant has an animation look to it, sort of an animation graphic look. Both different games. One doesn't have abilities. Counter-Strike has only guns, grenades, frags, and a whole variety of weapons. Same thing as Valorant. Valorant's got a whole... I mean, they have 5 selection of guns, but I'm pretty sure they updated it now and made it so many, so there's a lot of guns in Valorant too. The only thing what's different between both the games are Valorant didn't go with real guns. They made graphic design guns what looked really different to real guns. So they made their own kind of guns in the game. Instead of looking like an AR or an AK-47, they didn't add any of that. If it was an AK-47, they would change it into a different name and change the different look of it. If it's the sniper in Valorant, they would still call it sniper because it's a sniper and it's a sniper. One-tap shotgun. Yeah. If it's a shotgun, as I said, they'll call it a shotgun. So sniper and shotgun are the normal names of it, but any other guns in the game are completely different because they changed it. Counter-Strike doesn't use magic, Valorant does. In your Valorant, you have a bow and arrow. What you seek on walls, you shoot it at any corner of the walls, and you could see reflective characters of where they've been, and you go after them and see through walls and shit when you do that. If you're in Valorant, the only way to see walls is if you were to use hacks. So Valorant is magic and cool, you know? Counter-Strike doesn't have magic, doesn't have anything like that. 5v5 gun game. AK-47s, grenades and all that shit is what you use in Counter-Strike. If you're in Valorant, yeah, you got magic. You got guns with, you know, cannonballs, grenades, you know, stuff like that. So people now these days were shit-talking Valorant because Valorant was kind of similar towards Counter-Strike with every single way. Now, the game modes on both games were the same. 5v5. Valorant's 5v5. If it was game modes, they'll change it now and then. Both of the games would have updates, and they would both change it. If it is Valorant, it's got magic. Counter-Strike, normal gun game, you know? Nothing magic with that. A lot of people would necessarily say they would pick Counter-Strike still because that was the best shooter ever back in the early days when Steam came out. And now looking at Valorant, a lot of people are shit talking Valorant because Valorant is that 5v5 game exactly like Counter-Strike. So a lot of people are like, oh, I mean, like a lot of people were like, this game's like Counter-Strike. Don't blame y'all. That's why the company gets a lot of hate and a lot of shit talk. Now with these days, it's 2020. We've already passed the date, the beta, and all that for Valorant. A lot of people are liking the game because they can switch over. If they want to see magic and all that spell shit, they can go to Valorant. If they don't, if people, and this is another thing, if there's a lot of people out there who've played Counter-Strike and they don't like it, and they look at it, so like, Counter-Strike's shit. You know, the first time they ever play it, the first time they play Counter-Strike, and they look at it and they're like, yo, this is shit. This is my first time playing this. Is so boring. They go to Valorant and they're like, oh, this is sick because it's got magic, I've got spells. I can shoot a bow and arrow on the wall and you can see through walls and where the characters are being, you know? That's why a lot of people go for Valorant. If it's people who are from the past and they've played Counter-Strike all the way until they grow up, until now, they want to kind of change a little different. They want to change, you know? They want to change game. They want to still have a 5v5, but a different game. So they would change over to Valorant. And that's why. But over the picking league of what verse I would pick would be Counter-Strike, because that was the beginning game. Valorant's new. Valorant will still proceed and laugh for the company. They can do a lot more. But I'm gonna have to go with Counter-Strike. I'm gonna have to go with Counter-Strike. It's been there my whole life. Whether it be in Valorant, it just came out, people don't know it yet. A lot of people, you know, have already downloaded it since beta, or paid the money, paid the price to be able to play it. And a lot of people playing Valorant and Counter. Different varieties, but I'll pretty much pick Counter-Strike. So, yeah. I'll pick Counter-Strike. I'm gonna have to, because I've been playing that ever since. Valorant, I've only played once, and I was kind of, I'd rather play Counter, you know? There's so much shit you gotta know about, you know, Valorant, but yeah. Anyway, guys, hope this video makes sense. I started a lot of times, but nah, it doesn't matter. But yeah, I would pick